This week's prayer is actually an important one. I'm normally a pretty positive person, but I have to say this pandemic has caused me even major frown lines. I found it hard to be away from my elderly mum. I've struggled with being anxious about the future, and I've been wrestling and juggling with my role as teacher and as mum. So today we're going to take some time out to pray as a community and think about how we're all struggling during this time. Let us remember we're in the presence of God.
We have heard a lot in the press recently about mental health issues spiking at this time. And it's marvellous that our own Kids Helpline, the La Sallian work that has been looking after kids in Australia for 29 years, has just opened in Western Sydney. And they report that they've had a 40% increase in calls about mental health in the last few months. Now, what's producing this, of course, is the fact that we've got to embrace things like solitude, that we're losing a lot, that if you don't protect yourself from the media, you're continually exposed to fears that are being raised. If you go on social media on this, you'll read all sorts of things that would disturb the most sensible of people. Now, particularly speaking to our boys, boys have problems with two things that lead to mental health problems. One is being able to identify your feelings, own your feelings, come in touch with how you're feeling. And the related problem is, how in the name of hell do I put names on what I am feeling? And to put names on it, you often need the help of other people. So at this time, when some of us are a bit vulnerable, it's a good opportunity, boys, to learn what you're feeling and what those feelings' names are. And to do that, you'll often need to talk to your friends, your family, and the resources that the school provides. Use this time, if you're feeling a bit low, to come to terms with and learn the skills required to identify and talk about your feelings.
Dear God, thank you that you have created us with the ability to think and to feel so many different emotions, joy and sorrow, excitement and anger. We pray that you will protect our minds from ill health. Help us to find a safe and healthy coping mechanism when we experience difficult situations. Guide us towards the people and resources that can help us. St. John Baptist de La Salle, live Jesus in our hearts. Next week, we're going to come together and pray about hope.